The usually stable Mike Lindell is doing a whirlwind tour de farce trying to convince his right-wing base of window lickers to vote on the day and on the day only, because the same advice worked so well for the defeated former president turned after-dinner wedding crasher that Lindell would dream about if he could ever manage to sleep on his lumpy, overpriced pillows.
You needed a knockout, and that did not happen. Did it?
I think it did. And let me explain. I mean, what happened was I asked whether or not Governor DeSantis, if reelected, would serve a full 4-year term. He was like a deer in the headlights, Bill. He wouldn't answer the question. He couldn't answer the question. And he wasn't going to be honest with the people of Florida.
You needed a knockout, and that did not happen. Did it? It just happened here. And he basically said, I look forward to making you look super dumb again on your entertainment show for Married Cousins. Please, have me back. It is too easy. It is pouring MAGA tears. Mike Lindell is urging MAGA not to vote early, and I check out the laughable reasons why the pillow manufacturer gone mad thinks this is a great plan. I have some new updates from Dim Jr. Check to see if the socks stay on during a wild Halloween bunker broadcast from Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex, plus the latest and stupid from Todd Young, Herschel Walker, and more. The Indiana senator with Matt Gaetz' dating preference in his name tweeted, "Stopped to fill up in Gary while on my Hoosier Jobs tour. A gallon of gas was under $2 when President Biden took office. It's now nearly $4. Naturally, I replied, dude with no car in sight is so confused he's just waiting for the gas station screen to play Netflix. This is the dumbest photo op since Diaper Dawn held up a Bible in front of St. John's Church, and the worst gas station performance by a right-winger since Jason Kenney." And for those unfamiliar with this, here's the former oil-loving premier of Ted Cruz's home province at the pump.
And I said, the worst thing that they did was to educate Herschel Walker. That
That's
I go
right.
Google stuff and I learn what stuff means. And I said, guys, that's the freedom we have.
Right. Yeah.
Of course, Herschel Walker's a Google Karen, doing research. Though I don't think he's ever Googled what a prop is, the 36 kids he has running around, or the effects of skipping a helmet. Most of the time when they patch into someone, they have that drive-through headset going on. These are their experts. I'm just surprised Mike isn't trying to order from this guy.
I'll have 2 steak sandwiches, well done, with extra ketchup and some onion rings. Actually, okay, I'm gonna change it up here. Can I get a combo number C? And can you throw in one of the toys from the kid meal things? I want to be able to, I'm seeing Matt Gaetz later, and I want to be able to give him something for his girlfriend, okay?
Okay, I guess I'm supposed to just play along with this mental case. Yeah, your food's coming right up, buddy.
So Peter Berniger claims to be the co-founder of the Wisconsin Center for Election Justice. This is the site, and when you go to find some information on Peter, coming soon. So I use Herschel Walker's favorite tool, and there's a lot on Peter, and it's not good. Peter Berniger, the grandson of the founders of sausage company Hilscher Farms, who was convicted of bank fraud and mail fraud in 2009, said he's been working with thousands of volunteers and a supercomputer to find evidence of fraud and misconduct in the state's voter registration system. Despite repeated requests from Democrats on the committee, Peter refused to share further evidence or documentation of his allegations. But wait, there's more! Earlier this year, Peter, a resident of New London, was invited by Republicans to a state assembly committee to give testimony on voter fraud. Now he's been fined more than $2,400 by the Wisconsin Elections Commission for making frivolous complaints. Now, looking back at his website, I guess that's why the About section is blank. Doesn't want people to know this stuff. He does have a donate button, though, so I don't know. Why don't we throw him something? How about, I think we'll choose a steak sandwich.
Vote the same day of the election, November 8th. Don't vote earlier. If at all possible, vote the same day. Patrick, do you agree that's going to help?
Yeah, absolutely. It gives them less recon time to figure out how many ballots they got to stuff.
Right.
Expert Patrick thinks it gives the globalists less recount time to figure out how many ballots they gotta stuff.
Do either of you have a website you want to promote before we let you go?
Hey, you got a problem. The high junior guy's got a problem. Maybe because of all the bumps on his shaft, okay? He spends a lot of money on powder for him and Kimberly, okay? Probably the biggest straw there. Mayo hot Kimberly shenanigans. Nobody will touch my father, so he sits there all sad and depressed with his ferret hair. When Epstein was alive, Trump was a frequent flyer to the island. Diapers cleaned for the Dance Creek party.
Not before, unless you absolutely have to. We need to overrun these algorithms in every state.
Mike thinks this is all about beating a computer algorithm that relies on people voting early. So if there's this nefarious secret code, and there isn't, he believes that you can trick the supercomputer's math by only voting on the day. But what else would you expect from the guy who thinks you can't have more voters than votes?
They turned in their electors. They had more voters than votes in places where it's against their law. You can't have more voters than votes. Vote November 8th. Do not vote before that unless you absolutely have to, because it's a lot harder for them to cheat by pulling names from the voter rolls.
So first it was overrunning the algorithms, then it was recount time, and now it means making it harder for them to cheat by pulling names from voter rolls. Alex here, still in the bunker with Marjorie, again, good dude. Our good friend Kanye West, or as you may know him, Yeehaw, has been dropped by Adidas for having a conversation as innocent as Trump's perfect phone call. Now, I am not a fan of his music, and do not get me started on the Yeezys. Those things are so ugly, I think they are the only footwear on this flat earth that could make MTG's feet look even worse. Okay, that is a bit of an exaggeration. There is no saving us from that woman. Shin down, she is the stuff of nightmares. As Halloween approaches, we are trying to think of some fun costumes, and MTG is all over this. She ordered me a genuine ankle monitor, a carton of Newports, and a cowboy hat, so I will be going as Jason Boebert. So it's pretty obvious who the blonde meat swamp is going as, and she scored a brown wig and a genuine schoolgirl outfit from Matt Gaetz. He had one hanging around. MTG is really into this whole thing. She got a plastic bowling set from the dollar store and set up a mock alley in one of the hallways so we can have a few drinks and recreate their first date. I anticipate a few things getting hot and heavy between us, and we do need to blow off steam after the cancellation of our dear speech warrior Kanye Yeehaw West. I will roll strikes, and you can take me down on our makeshift lane. But if between the pins I get so much of a glimpse of those Claymore after-picture mortadella meat stumps that look like someone put a tub of knockoff pink Play-Doh in a microwave with a ball of left-wing tinfoil and then superglued it to an ankle that's more boil than bone and used a Milwaukee Brad nailer to finish off with those candy corn-looking toes, then I will trigger the alarm on the Boebert ankle monitor and have the SWAT team take you away to the Starlight Pit that the Soros-Trudeau Panda Express has been secretly growing in Abu Dhabi. What is the rule, MTG?
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on.
Mike Lindell's going to make those lines so long, and the county boy, they're going to have to work so much harder on election day. That's what they're paid for. That's what we used to do. That's what we need to do.
Can you imagine this dyed mustache moron screaming at his employees all day long? That's what you're paid to do. That's what you need to do. Mike, these aren't high-paying jobs. Several counties pay minimum wage or just a flat fee.
This is another reason to vote in the 2022 election, the day of the election, not vote before. Is that correct, Peter and Sean? To vote
Yes.
that same day, so they can't find this stuff out ahead of time, and it's harder for them to cheat. We have to make it as hard as possible, and yes, we will get to a point where we won't have these machines.
Bargain bin Burt Reynolds is just making it as hard as possible for busy people, the ill, the elderly, those that will be away on election day to vote.
Okay, Kushner takes her on Eric's futon, and bros get stuck with our brides. They had The ability to tap us in for loyal bro train, apparently, okay? So, my father responded to Kushner and said this. Breaking news! Ivanka Trump, the daughter I wish I could be dating, was just bedded again by Kushner while we cried on the golf course. Ivanka is super hot. We're all for this girl. The travesty of your hoarding is wrong. Can't let this happen. Please share Ivanka. And folks, honestly, give it up. Just once.
Watch DeSantis get knocked out. He completely shrivels up. His tiny nuts are two little peas retreating so far inside that MTG is going to think he had surgery and protest him.
And have them as props for your political gain? That's not the way to change policy. You can change policy and do what's right to secure the border by having comprehensive immigration reform. That's what I voted for in Congress. When you were in Congress, you wouldn't do it because you want to keep this issue alive. You want to have it as a wedge issue. And you want to pull political stunts like you did with the taxpayers' dollars of the people of Florida. That's not what it's for. That's not what you should have done. It isn't funny. It's not right. And you were inhumane in how you treated these people.
How come libs are never ever good looking? Is it vaccines or what? MAGA tears. Satan is in the details. I feel like that you do not believe in God. You should not make fun of people, especially someone trying to save America. And this is not funny. Can you not see the evil increase in our country? Do you think President Biden and family is a correct family? Their country has been compromised. MAGA tears. Clown Pinocchio, Tommy, Campbell, Clown Pinocchio. MAGA tears. Going after Alex Jones is not a great idea. He has connections. Sleep well, Tommy boy. MAGA tears. Thanks so much for watching. Help me out by sharing this video or posting it on your social media and following me on mine. It costs you nothing and makes a huge difference for me. I am a one-man show here, from script to screen, the editing, even the graphics. So if you can afford to, please throw me a tip with the easy PayPal link or smash that super thanks button, and be sure to check out my mugs and stickers that go great with those MAGA tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries and have toured with Jim Jefferies for several years. I have 3 albums. You can stream them on Spotify, Apple Music, or catch them on SiriusXM. Thanks for watching. Life's short. Be cool, be kind, take care.